Right guys, so today is episode 16 and we'll be modeling the shirt and the pant. I did the shirt earlier like last week and stuff, but then again I'm going to redo the whole shirt and the pants again. We're going to start off with modeling from basic shapes and stuff rather than duplicating from the model. So if you want to know how to duplicate the model and do the shirt, you can watch some of the oldest video. Actually that's what I did, but just for some of you guys, in case the base model is too heavy, like the video that I did yesterday, some of the model review, the base model might be a bit too much lines and stuff. So if you want to start fresh, then I will approach this method today. Okay, so before we go on with the lesson for today, I'm just going to check your attendance as for now. Okay, who is not in yet? Hanif, Yuhan, Zach, Lingying, Yani, Raihana. Alright, so I guess most of you guys will come in later, so it's still alright. Let's go back to Maya. So I said again, I won't be duplicating the model. The model being duplicated, we already did it last week. Okay, but maybe for the pants, I might do it because the topology is about the same. If I were to model again, for this topology is about the same. Okay, so I can actually duplicate. So for modeling right from scratch, I will start off with a cylinder. Okay, I'm going to reduce the axis to somewhere around 8, keeping as low as possible. Okay, I'm going to select the top and the bottom, removing it because I don't need the top cover and the bottom at all. So we are going to start off with basic blocking of the shirt. We'll be deleting the model into half slightly later because now it's still easier to manipulate them as a whole piece. It looks like this guy is wearing a barrel around him. Okay, so this area here I'm trying to do like a t-shirt collar. Okay, any area that is intersecting, I just have to extend it up, bring it up, do some basic modeling. Okay, if the model is clipping in just ever that slightly, I think it's still acceptable. If you find that this method is a bit more difficult for you to do, then just go back to the duplicating of the character body. Okay, this is really for those who have a hard time modeling the body and finds that the body is a bit too hard to use as a cloak. Okay, then now I'm going to model out the sleeve. So I'll start off with these two. Extrude, pull it up, delete it. It looks like this t-shirt is very huge. Now I'm going to circularize it if I can remember where to find circularize component. Good. Repeat the last two. I'm just going to shrink it down and bring it into position. Okay, so how do you all find this current method? Does it look slightly easier than duplicating the model? I'm going to delete half of the object, detach component that will strip this model up. play it back. I do find that this is slightly easier as well because I don't have to worry too much about the shirt containing too much of the body shape. Because sometimes when you duplicate the body, right, then your shirt looks like it's very tight fitting. So since I'm modeling a t-shirt, I want it to be slightly loose. So this kind of helps get the look better. But if you're modeling a tight fit clothes, then it's a different case. Modeling from the body is much better. Okay, just going to leave a little bit of space there. Then I can continue to add a little bit more edge loop. Now I can add a few more edge loop in between this section here, just like the body that I give comments yesterday. You need to add some lines across. Okay, don't worry about this body mesh clipping to the model. It's totally fine. So just in case you can't see what I'm doing here, I'm just going to hide. So it's kind of repeating whatever I did at the front to the back. Can I circularize this? No, that's not what I want. So I have no choice but to maybe do a mirror. Wait, let me see the options for circularize. What do we have? Normal orientation, twist, relax, alignment. None of these looks familiar to me, so I'm not going to use the options there. So I'm going to mirror model, merge threshold, bring down to 0.01. Okay, and manually do the circularize from here. Okay, I need the circular collar, so this method helps a lot. And I'm going to straighten up the center line. I realize that it is out of place. So now that it is straightened, okay, I'm going to detach component. Again, this will break the model into half because I detach the center line. Okay, and yeah, by the way, the eyes, I did some basic texturing and remodeling. So I will do that in a separate video and I'll share with you all. Alright, but not today. Today's video is going to be slightly long as well because we're going to model the pants as well. So quickly move on to sculpting tool. Using the move brush, click on the model, bring up a big amount of brush influence. I'm just going to pull up and cover the body. Holding on to shift control for the edge side. Okay, you notice there's a bit of fin going on at the back. So we can actually fix that later when we merge the clothes in together. Okay, so we will do that minor fix at a later time. Okay, just double check and see how the object looks like. So add one more line across, straighten this, push this out. Okay, add in between lines to support the shape. Okay, and that's it. That's the blocking for our t-shirt or whatever shirt that you want to do in the future. You can save this model out as a separate file and use it as a template. So there are some links in the playlist that I shared earlier, right from week 1, day 1. How to do shirt, how to do jacket, how to do sweater or something like that, even the pockets and stuff. Watch those 3 different videos, and it's using this base mesh for the creation. Okay, so there's a few things I can do, but I'm going to keep it for later. I'm going to start off with the pants. Right, so the pants wise, I'm going to do duplication. So I'm going to Control D, duplicate the base model out, go into face mode. Okay, so it's easier for me to do these pants this way because the topology that I have is already correct. Alright, so I'm going to select this amount of area, Shift Control I to inverse the selection and press delete. So now I only have the pants. Okay, so the center pivot is in the correct place. That's good. So I'm going to my face mode. Okay, maybe I might want to lock this model. So I'm going to create a layer. Layer from selected. This will be called body. Body. Right. Save it and okay. Now I won't be selecting it by accident. Go into face mode and scale it up. Okay, so I'm going to hide the shirt for now. So I roughly know where the pants, the belt area should be. Okay, it should be around the waist section. Bring it down slightly lower around here. Continue to scale it up. Okay, if I have scaled up too much, then but the thing is, like for example, the butt area here is clipping, right? But I find that the front is correct. It's just that this section here is kind of wrong. Not difficult. Just select that range and move it up. Okay, you can also use soft selection. Press B to help you move objects around. Okay, I'm going to extend the shorts. So I'm going to do like 3/4 pants because that is the reference that I have taken. I'll show you the reference later on for detailing. Okay, so delete half the model and duplicate special and poof, now I got the pants. Okay, going to unhide the shirt. Yep, looks like something I will wear every day, t-shirt and pants. Okay, so there are some areas that a little bit too it's following the muscle a little bit too much, so I'm going to just move it. Okay, maybe I'll change the color as well. Sure. Alright, cool. Okay, easy peasy, and now we got the shirt and pants. Any question at this point regarding the shirt and pants? Okay, save the file. Okay, so tomorrow I'll be working on the shoes separately. The shoes will be one whole video by itself, from blocking all the way to modeling out the details. That will take a bit of time as well. So I'm just going to share with you the reference that I have taken so far. So for the shirt, I have taken some basic things like the cotton shirt and some dry fit one. So I prefer the dry fit one because there's slightly a little bit more things to do, and the details are a little bit more obvious compared to the cotton. But I'm just going to share with you guys what are the things that I've taken, and that you can do it at home. You know, you can wear it on your own, and you can ask your friends or family members, sorry, to take photos for you and use it. So the close-up shot of this cotton shirt around the collar, you can see that these lines here, right? We're not looking at the thread lines, we're looking at the seam lines. So they are actually made out of two different cloth. They are the same material, they are same cotton and stuff, but they are separate cloth. So they are kind of like being stitched up with the thread, right? So this area here that is darker, that's the seam line. So this seam line is the thing that we want to recreate in Maya, okay? And the threads are things that we want to recreate either in Photoshop or in Substance Painter, if we are going to texture lah. That's the plan. So whatever that is inside, we don't have to worry because we won't be seeing it. So we just need to focus on the outside exterior part of it. Okay, so there's a close-up shot of it. Same for the sleeve around here. You don't see the thread because the thread is kind of like hidden underneath it. And this is like the seam line. Take note that this sleeve as well, right? There's a seam line underneath the sleeve, right? So these are things that again, we don't have a cloth that is cylindrical. It's not like plastic. Cloth is like a piece of paper, so you got to fold it up and seal up the opening. Okay, so this is the sleeve at the end of the sleeve there. Okay, so this is the bottom of your t-shirt. Okay, and this is the dry fit one. Okay, you can see the different kind of textures going on. Okay, we are not going to worry so much about the folds and stuff. We're just going to model a very basic shirt. Okay, seam line over here at the shoulder area, again around the sleeve, very similar to the t-shirt that is cotton. Okay, and we have a seam line that is at the front rather than at the center or at the side of it. Okay, this is actually at the back of the collar. Again, we don't have a cylindrical cloth, right? So it's actually a piece of cloth curl up and then stitch up together. So this is the seam line at the back of your collar. Okay, so if you're doing a polo t-shirt, it's exactly the same concept. You either wear it, ask someone to take a photo for you, or you put it on somewhere like a table on the floor. Make sure there is proper lighting so that you can take photo of it. Okay, and the key thing here is to observe your reference. So I have photos of pants as well. Okay, so this will be the idea that the pants that I want to use. Same thing, I won't be going through everything. Shoe wise, I take quite a lot of photos for a shoe because I find that shoes have quite a lot of details, and you guys might face difficulties modeling your shoe as well. So tomorrow I'll be using all these photos here. I have side views, 3/4 side, 3/4 from the front, back, etc. top view, etc, etc, even the bottom view as well. Of course, you won't be modeling everything here, but the more photos you have, the less imagination, the less assumption you make, you know. So just use your eye power, look at the picture, you just model. Simple as that, you know. So back to the shirt. I'm going to start off with the collar first. Okay, any question at this point of time? Okay, just going to compile them side by side. A quick one, then move on to modeling the collar. Okay, so before modeling the collar, I need to add a little bit more subdivision around here. It might be a good idea to circularize this as well, but I think I don't want to merge the model and delete the model. Okay, not too sure why today the lag keep coming back so often. Okay, now let's start doing the shirt. Okay, I'm going to start off with maybe the seam lines around here first, because I suspect I might need to merge these two models and then do the collar. So I'm going to start off with this area. Shift right click, bevel edge, bring them closer to one another, not too close, okay, just somewhere like there's a bit of opening, and the reason is because we want to add one more segment inside, and this segment here we're just going to squeeze it in. Okay, don't squeeze too much, okay, just squeeze a little bit and we should be able to see something like a line. Okay, so if you squeeze too much, it's like this line is going to your body really. We don't want that to happen. Okay, just some basic modeling to get some nice shapes. Okay, and then down to the seam line around here. Okay, I'm going to deselect this area here. What you will see is that when I bevel, I will have a triangle happening around here, which is totally fine. Okay, same thing, I'm just going to bevel just a little bit, add one segment again, go close. Oops, too much lines being selected, so maybe I will, okay, you can see the triangle, a very small triangle there. So I'm going to fix this one first. It's an easy fix, I just have to merge this to the center and remove this line. Now when I double click, okay, basically I just double click the center line, push it up. Okay, is that too fast for you guys? Okay, I realized that my line is not straight as well, so So I'm going to undo it for a while. I want to straighten it before I create that seam line. I think it's okay, can always rewatch the video. Okay, good. Okay, so personally I like straight lines more than curved lines. Double click, oops, variable, bring down the value, add one segment, okay, vertex mode, zoom in, shift right click, target bound, remove this line, push it up. Okay. To reconnect this line, yeah, the seam there might be just a little bit more obvious. Okay, so we'll keep it there. Instead of removing it, I'll keep it there. Now for the sleeve, we are going to extrude inwards. Okay, we're going to extrude inwards. Not too much, we just want to have a little bit of thickness for the shirt, and then we're going to squeeze it in and close it up. So from any point of view, you won't be really seeing the inside of your body, because we actually kept the shirt. Okay, so same thing, I'm just going to straighten the lines here. If I can straighten the lines here as well, that would be nice. All these things should have been done before I do all the detailing. But then let's just leave it that way for now. Alright, what else? Okay, this seam line here. Let's see, do I have more photos of that seam line? Okay, I have one seam line from the collar down to the sleeve as well. So I'm going to replicate that as well. Just going to that component. Okay, wait. I need to merge the body first. Merge the shirt together, then I can do the collar. This part might be a bit tricky, but okay, let's try. I go. Okay, something like that. try something and see if I can improve on the hardness of it. You guys can see there's a weird looking shape here, right? So I'm trying to fix that. I'm trying to see if I can get rid of it. So it could be because I created a triangle, that's why. So one of the easiest ways is to actually just split up the lines across all the way. But try and see if there's another solution. Removing it will fix just that small amount, but then I'll have five-sided. So I'm going to retry connecting it again. Yeah, it's popping up. Is it obvious now? Okay, not so obvious. Right, good. So what I just did was I selected the center vertices for this part. Okay, originally it was popping up way too much, so I push it in a lot more. Okay, that helps to bring back the triangle, bring it down. Another way is actually to add extra lines, but then sometimes it might make things worse, so I tried beveling it to see if it's a good result, but apparently earlier it wasn't. So yeah, I can try to bevel this. Yeah, it's a little bit way too hard. So I'm going to take it out. Okay, so that's it for this area here. Again, the collar I will do later, maybe probably do last. Let's do the seam line here. Certain details are clipping into one another. If you're talking about the body clipping into the shirt, that's still fine because we're going to delete away the body. But if it's the shirt clipping over the jacket, then I will adjust the jacket a little bit more. So I can't really fix this problem here, so I have to manually adjust the lines. Okay. Of course, another way is to just use texture to cheat the seam line out, but this is only if you want to have a bit more obvious seam line, then you use this method. Otherwise, texturing is good enough to get the result. Okay, I might convert this into a texture map towards the end, which is something else that I'd like to share with you guys maybe tomorrow, okay, or some other time. So what's next? This seam line here, okay, we can do a simple one over there. More like details on the shirt is clipping onto one another, onto other detail of the shirt to create an effect. Or if you want to create the effect, then I think it's fine. Okay, so this is the one where I need to start merging the model. Save the file. Do some basic adjustment first. Still feel like certain areas can be better. Okay, let's merge the shirt together. So delete half of the model, polygon, mirror 0.001. Okay, same thing here. As the same thing as the sleeve. Okay, we're just going to extrude just a little bit of thickness, extrude it inwards and extrude it in, so we don't see any underneath part of the model. Yeah, and this area here, I'm just going to use soft selection to pull it out. So Okay, a bit more troublesome. I'm going to delete and redo certain areas. So the thickness of the collar, I just deleted it so that I can actually do some minor cleanup. Okay, then I can redo the thickness again. Okay, I'm going to use the relax tool. Relax. Just going to soften up certain areas. Forget the model is not symmetrical right now. So okay, manually do it. Okay, so for the main body, what we do with it is that we will delete it away. We will save the file. Okay, any area that is kind of hidden inside will be removed. Right, so save the file again, move on to the pants. Okay, so we will start off with the zipper area first. We won't be modeling the zipper. The zipper is too high poly count. Okay, wait, it's like that. Okay, maybe the zipper have to be last. Okay, let's do the belt section first rather than the zipper. So same issues, same approach, just a little bit of beveling. Okay, I just stick to 0.5. See if we can go to 1. Nope, so 0.5 is the minimum that they allowed me to use. And I can't add a segment inside. That's weird. Let's check the model. So apparently my lines have some issues. I'm just going to do some cleanup. It looks correct. There I go. That's weird. Save the file in case my Maya crash. Got a feeling it will crash. Okay, looks like it's okay now. Okay, so this is one of the issues that I don't like to model symmetrically. Is when I want to, this is a circle, correct? So I added one edge in between, but when I scale it, look at the center line, it will kind of open it up. So just one more step to do, which is to select the center vertex and bring it back to the center log. It's just that one extra step. Okay, so now we kind of have like a belt section. Mine is a little bit too obvious, so maybe I should just make it less obvious. Okay, what else? Pockets. Seam lines on the bottom. Okay, we do the seam line at the bottom first. So this is quite straightforward. Anything that is at the center, we will bevel it. So now we have a very subtle seam line for the pants. One more here. Okay, I'll do the thickness later on. Let's move on to the pocket. We should have one more seam line here, so that will be part of the pocket as well. Okay, save the file. Looks good so far. Okay, for the pocket, it'll be a little bit tricky because we have to kind of cut out the shape. Okay, so let's see if I can do it. I think I want my pocket should be somewhere around here. Prepare the shape. Here. Okay. So in my mind, I'm trying to figure out like where my pocket is going to start and end. check the message in case some of you guys message me and tell me that your audio lag again, or you can't see anything. So okay, so I roughly have something there. And then I'm going to bevel this again. Okay, and now the thing here is going to be a bit more cranky here. Going to do whatever I can. Merge to center. Same for this, merge to center. Push this in. Merge to center. Merge. Add one more in between them. Where's my mouse? Okay. Push it in. Right, so we kind of get it. We just need to smoothen up the shape. Okay, we're going to connect this edge loop over here so that it's much more smoother around this area here. Do I need to do likewise around here? I think it's still okay. Don't need to. So yeah, that's how we can model out the objects. How is it? Does it look easy? Okay, now back pocket. Okay, so here I'm going to play shit a little bit because of course we know that the back pocket has a hole as well, similar to pocket. There's a petition to get a nicer computer, no money Pok guy already Anyway, I don't need a very good computer as well. I'm not doing anything too crazy here. So alright, so for the back pocket, this is how I'm going to do it. I'm just going to duplicate the model. Control D, push this out, Shift Control I. Okay, so now I kind of have the flap for the pocket. Okay, so I'm going to add the thickness back. So the thickness is quite easy to use. Just select the border, extrude it in, and you kind of have the thickness ready. Okay, but because we are smoothing it, so it looks like the object got a little bit more roundish. So we kind of need to add in supporting edge loop. Yeah, that's about it. Okay, maybe I will bevel this as well. Wonder what's wrong with the internet audio today. It's quite bad. Okay, so I'm going to combine both objects. Duplicate special again. Okay, I need to fix my center point to the correct position. Oops, what's happening? Fix the correct position. Go to the front view, double check. Okay, good. Unhide all the objects. These are the extra pens that I duplicated by accident. Scale in, bring it up. Okay. What else? Okay, so this small little belt section, these holders here, we're going to model them separately as well. So one fast way to do it is to kind of remodel it, save the file. I'm going to create just using a plain will do. Okay, so from this view, I'm just going to model 2 by 3. Okay. So that's it. This will be the belt holder. Okay, I'm going to bring this up to that position, rotate 90 degree. Scale this down. Okay, so I'm going to put one here. I'm going to Control D, duplicate, start to position them. So this is actually the back of the pens. The front, I don't have a side view of the pens, so looking from these photos, I think immediately this can go to the back. I guess keep going to the wrong position. Okay, Control D, rotate. Scale them up. Okay, so they're just going to touch each other very slightly. So if the thickness is not enough for you, you can go in to adjust it further. Okay, so I'm going to combine them again. So combining them will remove the other side of the model, and I have to repeat. Okay, anything else for the pants? Okay, let's save the shirt inside the file. Okay, delete the model. All the center vertices have to be straightened. Okay, so I just mirror the model over to the other side. Before you mirror, actually you just want to double check and see if your position of the pockets and stuff are correct. Otherwise, you have to delete the model again. So now I'm going to move on to doing the kind of like the zipper section here. It's kind of the same concept. We just have to select lines and start beveling them. So we don't need to bevel the butt section, so only the front. Question is, should I use a center line? Or should I use the one at the side? Okay, just use the center line will do. Bevel it. Poof. Add one more segment. Drag it down. Okay, some tutorial or some reference, their pockets, sorry, their zipper is kind of like until one section here only, and you can see the topology, the flow of it going in a certain way. So I don't have the reference with me now, but I think I can still remember how it looks. So let's try. See if I can get it. Okay, I think I don't need too much edges here. It's a bit too sharp. Oh, I think I accidentally did something here. Save the file. Okay, so we roughly got it. This section here, I think I'll leave it as such. Can I do better? Let's try. It's fine, don't need. Okay, unhide everything. Okay, looks fine. Can bring this away. Okay, I'm going to turn on the symmetry and see whether this is working or not. Object symmetry. Okay, good, it's working. Sometimes this symmetry doesn't really work, so I seldom use it at the start of modeling. Okay, save the file. Any questions you guys want to ask? I think I'm almost coming to the end. Don't really have much to do already. Okay, so one important thing is to have your reference with you. Okay, I have my reference for the face, I have my reference for the head, the shirt and the pants. That's why I find that when I'm modeling it, it's a bit more accurate. Okay, help you if your Maya got problem. Okay, can. I don't know whether I can fix your problem or not, but you can try. Okay, I'll call you on MS Team later and see how we can fix it. Any other questions you guys want to ask? Okay, the eyes I will cover after this video. I will do a separate recording, and I'll teach you guys how to do the eyes. I actually have the tutorial done 1 or 2 years ago, so I think it's also in the playlist. But modeling wise is the same, it's just that the material have been updated to Arnold, so there's a few more steps to look out for. Okay, but I will share with you all separately. Okay, if no questions, then I think that's it for today. Hopefully tomorrow the audio is better, a lot better. Yeah, I have nothing else for you already. So I'll call you later, on MS